All right, thanks for meeting with me today. I'm sitting down with Judy Haberman, and she is the president for BMK Consultants. Judy, do you mind telling me a little about your company?
Not at all. We are a small business, woman-owned hub zone. We do government contracting, and we also have a commercial side where we do medical research.
Okay.
So our the government side, we contract with all of the services, so Air Force, Navy, and we team with other companies to do contracts with them. So,
okay.
and then the commercial side, medical devices, that's out in Minnesota. So we do auditing and whatnot for the commercial side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. All right, well, I'll get started with the question one in regards to your employees.
Okay.
It's been said that productivity will be maximized with the perfect amount of privacy and transparency. What kind of mix do you guys prefer at BMK?
Well, being a small company, I think that transparency to us is more important than, certainly privacy is always an issue, making sure that everything is kind of, kept close at hand, but transparency to us in a small company, like you always wanna make sure that when the employee gets hired, that they know all that they need to know, and that they understand where we're going in the company, and
everyone's
so we
on the same page.
So, and being a small company, the employees are able to reach out.
Okay.
So it's open door policy for any of the owners. There's 3 owners, we're all females, and we're very much in tune with the employees. So transparency to me is very important. Privacy obviously is too, but having the ability to know what's going on in the company is very important to us.
Good deal. It doesn't seem like anyone has concern with anyone breathing down anyone's back or anything like that.
No, not at all.
Good.
Generally in this environment, you are hiring people who are very well versed in this field, and they're adults, and they are there to do the work. So you don't necessarily hire young people inexperienced.
You're not gonna run into those type of problems.
Yeah, so you don't generally have those kinds of issues crop up because of the value of the people that you're hiring.
Okay, good deal. Moving on to my second question, can you talk a little bit about the importance of setting milestones within your company? In other words, do you think it's better to grow little by little, or just take on as much work as you can, kind of too fast?
Well, we've been in business about, the company itself is about 7 years, and the tendency for a small company is to be on as many teams, because it's all about building your business, and so you tend to say yes to everything.
Right.
So early on in our company, we yes, we'll do that, and yes, we'll do that, and after a point in time, you get overloaded and you don't have the bandwidth because you're a very small company and you've got 3 people doing all the work. So it is very important to kind of pick areas that you have skill sets in and stay within there and try to build.
Right, so there's your control.
In those areas, instead of, I'm gonna work with the Army, I'm gonna work with the Air Force, and our commercial side as well gives us the ability to, I think I'm reaching ahead here, but the commercial side helps us financially.
Okay.
So we can kind of reach out a little bit and step into some stuff that we may not do if we didn't have the commercial side.
Yeah, well, that's good to see that you guys are taking those step by step instead of, it's important to take on work where you can, but it also realize that, it is possible to kind of get overly engaged with people.
Yeah, you tend at first to want to not say no.
Right.
But
because that could also hurt your reputation being small.
Yes. So.
Okay. All right, and then my third question is one of the points Jim College uses in Great by Choice is to show how companies can lead above the death line is by building cash reserves as a buffer. Is that something that BMK has thought about or is employed in their operations?
Yes, so because we have a commercial side, the commercial side tends to be a lot of money but very short contracts. So you know the commercial side pays better,
right? But
they tend to only be for a short period of time. So you can build up your reserve. So it's always a good idea to have those cash reserves, although it's difficult, and especially on the government side, because the government doesn't pay as well, although the contracts are longer.
Right.
So, you know, there's this shuffling that you do, and you try to do as much cash reserve as you can.
Right.
But when you bring people on, you have to pay them, but you may not have the contracts in place, and you know, payroll still has to get done. So the cash reserve is a very important thing, and to build that up and keep that up.
Okay, so it's kind of like a balancing act on commercial contracts and government contracts as far as you know, value and then total work period of performance.
Yeah, and not everybody has both sides, but it's a really good strategic plan to try to have both if you can.
Right,
so.
That's great to hear. And speaking of cash reserves, that's my last question here. It's more of a broader question. What would your ideal strategy be for staying afloat in turbulent market conditions? Say the government has to cut spending. It sounds like you have commercial side, but is there any other things?
I think it's you know, build your business slow and steady. You know, kind of. We've always tried to just strategically think about, you know, where we wanted to be and kind of focus in on those areas, and team with small and big companies, because the big companies have the ability to be a little bit more, give you more, you know, you know, they can give you slots, they can give you people, versus a small company that you're teaming with, you know, they don't have that ability. So it's a juggling act to try to, you know, do it that way, so.
Yeah. You also might, you know, have to scale it back to just hone in on what you're experts in and ways to cut there, you know, especially in the uncertainty of the market.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's true.
All right, well, I think that's all I had today, so thanks for answering my questions,
No problem.
And that was great.
I'm glad I could help.
Thanks Judy.
You're welcome.
All right. Cool, let me turn this off.